Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Kuntz. I'm an administrator for Gwaltney homepage here on Facebook, which has been around for quite a while. There's over 1.7 thousand members. I know about 500 of you because I've had a chance to meet you over the last 15 or so years in person, come by and visit with you, and I really enjoyed that. And of course, quite a few of you I've become very close with. There's probably another additional 200 of you that I've had a chance to either interact with on phone or via email as you've asked me questions about the Gwaltney family history. Well, I'm excited today that we're announcing that we're going to be doing a small budget film project that we hope to start filming this summer called Thomas Gwaltney, Immigrant, 1642, which will talk about the life of Thomas Gwaltney, which is our common ancestor. Even though some of us may be fourth, fifth, sixth cousins, we can all trace ourselves back to Thomas Gwaltney, who migrated to Virginia in the mid-1600s. With me, I have two very special people in my life who are not just wonderful friends, but wonderful actresses, and they're helping us with this project. So I want to introduce to you Ebie Atkins.
Hi.
And I have Lacey Whitley Howard.
Hi.
So it's great to have both of you ladies helping us out.
Jeff, what inspired you to do this project?
Well, it's really interesting, Evie, because I've actually wanted to do a small film on the history of Thomas Gwaltney probably for 10 years or so, but I just didn't have the right contacts, the right background, and I've been blessed by the Lord just in the last year to just meet some wonderful people, including you two ladies, and also some other people, in particular, a gentleman by the name of Dave Siriano with Echo TV Studios out of Orlando, Florida. So I got to give hats off to him. I also appreciate another Floridian, Rob DiMaggio out of St. Augustine, who kind of helped me get my feet wet in this. But by meeting the right contacts, I feel like I have the right people and resources to help me put together a film on the history of Thomas Gwaltney.
Right time.
Yes, it really is.
Okay, for me, my question is, I know you said that it took you've been kind of planning this for 10 years. Can you tell me what kind of things that you've had to do in order to bring this project to fruition?
Well, first of all, those of you who know me, I'm an extremely busy person with my career and my life. But in whatever spare time I've had, I have spent probably since about 2007, I've done a lot of extensive research on the history of Thomas Gwaltney, and not just Thomas Gwaltney, but all his lines as they fleshed out up until the current times. And so I have a huge, extensive outline of basically descendants. And so I've just loved the history of Thomas Gwaltney, of his different lineages. And so all that research, I guess, has paid off because I actually, after meeting Dave, after meeting you all, after getting what I feel like is a lot of support, it's only been in the last, I'm trying to think when I sent you my first scripts to look at. It's probably been a couple of months ago. Yeah, so, and I think I sent you some. Yeah, so it's really only been in the last maybe 4 months that I've actually sat down and written a script. But I was inspired, plus I had a wealth of knowledge that I've accumulated over all these years. And so, yeah, even though I've actually only written the script in the last 4 months or so, the idea has been in my head for the last, well, really since 2008.
So how can your Gwaltney family help you out?
Well, right now, I want to say, first of all, about this film, there are actually a lot of Gwaltney family descendants helping me out. Now, this is a small budget film, so we don't have a ton of characters because we only have a limited amount of resources. But one way you can help me out as a Gwaltney family member is we actually have set up what's called a Give, Send, Go fund, which if you want to help contribute for, whether it's a gift of $5, $10, $20, whatever, if you can help us with our expenses. Now, because it's a small budget film and I'm blessed with people like Evie and Lacey who are willing to volunteer their time, there still are some expenses. So we're going to be paying our filmographer, and then also for the post-production work. There's also costs. We had to make outfits that we feel like are period appropriate. So there's some cost involved in that. There's also a cost, and we are going to be shooting this on some actual historic locations in the state of Virginia. So there's rental costs because we have to pay for that time and that space. And then I also have some costs involved as far as especially people who are coming in from outside of Virginia, lodging and food and things like that. So anything that you can do to help us financially, we would really appreciate. Now, I also have people ask me, they're like, hey, Jeff, that's really cool. How could I get involved if maybe you have a background in acting, or maybe you think, hey, I would enjoy helping out with this film? right now, so here's kind of what I have planned. Right now, I'm hoping this summer, I've got 4 episodes I've written, which actually just talk about Thomas Gwaltney's first year here in Virginia in the early 1640s. My hope is I can actually continue this series, but I'm going to need a lot of financial support. So right now, I pretty much have my cast set up for these first 4 episodes. I'm actually going to be doing some separate interviews with Ebie, whom you'll find out later has a leading role in this series, and also Lacey, who has a leading role. But that'll be a separate interview. But I pretty much have everything set up for these first 4 episodes. But if God willing, if we get enough support from the Gwaltney family, we could continue this. I could actually see writing another 4 to 8 episodes just to cover the rest of Thomas Gwaltney's life. So right now, actually, I want to add something that's probably even more important: is pray for us, okay? Because this is actually written from a heart of love. This is like my gift. I shouldn't say my gift. It's not my gift. It's something God maybe has inspired me to do, but He's also brought along these other wonderful people who are willing to help me. But this is basically our gift to the heritage of the Gwaltney family, and this is some way that we can just physically leave a story about a man who sacrificed everything to come here to America, because he came to Virginia. All of you that are watching this video right now who are connected to the Gwaltney family, or if you're a Gwaltney or Gwaltney or Gwaltney or whatever, you are part of that heritage. And if it wasn't for him coming here and God inspiring him to come here, we wouldn't be here. And so it's a wonderful opportunity to share our heritage. And so the first thing you do is you pray, because we just really pray that this will touch people's heart. There's going to be, as you watch this series, once it's finished, there's going to be elements of faith involved. There's going to be elements of love involved. There's going to be elements of conflict involved. I think will appeal to anybody who's interested in Gwaltney family history, if you're interested in early American history, especially early colonial Virginia, or if you're a genealogical buff, because we include people in this series who are actual people who lived back in the 1650s, not just Gwaltneys, but other names. And so whether you love genealogy, history, or the Gwaltney family, I think this is a series that you would enjoy. And so if you could pray for us, then if you could support us on our Give, Send, Go link. And then thirdly, if you think at some point in the future, if we can continue this, if you think you want to help out as a crew member or a cast member, because as we progress through Thomas Gwaltney's life, there's going to be other characters. Obviously, and again, I'll talk about Ebie's role later on. Ebie's going to be here for the long haul. Good Lord willing, okay? And when we talk about Lacey's role, Lacey's going to be here for the long haul. And of course, I'm also in it. I hope to be here for the long haul too. But what's going to happen is, as we progress through the 1600s, there's going to be some people who leave, and there's going to be other characters who come in. So we will need help if we're able to continue this. So if you do have any interest, make sure you reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Gwaltney homepage, or I'm also going to provide a link to our film email accounts. And we also actually just set up a Facebook page for Thomas Gwaltney, Immigrant 1642. So I think that's all I want to say. I want to thank you ladies for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
God bless you all.